It's 5 p.m. It's
Come on.
saying
It's
it.
5 p.m. Oh, jeez.
All right, quiet on the set.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. Let's start the party.
Broadcasting around the world.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now.
Broadcastlink.com.
Come on and gather around the bandstand. Come on and sing along with me. Another night to let your hair down. Another night with TVC.
It's another live broadcast. Special edition. Now your hosts, Rob and Jerry.
I can't stop.
All you have is one line. It's 5 p.m. And you had to blow it. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ah.
Oh.
You see what I have to deal with on a daily
goodness.
basis, let alone on the weekends? Oh, boy. Another hot flash coming up?
I know. I just can't breathe.
Wow.
My
Hey,
side hurts from
good
laughing.
afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. It's all good, as you can see right there. Welcome to Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. Let's get some songs underway. We're going to be talking live with Andy Fenus from the Trelltones at about 5:30 this afternoon. So don't you dare go away. Are you all right?
No.
Okay. All right, well then I won't have you say anything just yet. Here's Andy Fennis and the Trelltones, a little bit of super jam session off of the Super Polkas for Super People. Will you knock it off? Hey, off the Super Jam, Super Polkas for Super People, the Super Jam Session Polka. And welcome, as we always say, this is where the crazy people meet on the weekend to have fun. And if you're crazy just like her, well, then you've come to the right place. Hey, we're going to say hi to Tom Spillman. He's watching this afternoon. And also Jason Flynn, good buddy Jason Flynn. Let's see, Linda Petrozeski, Mary Lou Cerniak. And of course, Rob Mazer is just lying on the floor, bawling his eyes out, laughing at that amazing beginning.
Oh, I did so well.
I can't wait for that again. Jeez.
Can I say it's 5:05 at least?
No. Nope. You had your chance, you blew it.
Oh, goodness. I have no idea what came over me. I apologize to everybody.
That's quite all right. I just can't believe you did that. I really can't.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. How about another tune by Andy Fenus and the Trolltones, one featuring Andy on the vocal. Hey, guess what? Same recording too. Here's one called You Will Cry Polka.
Jak ty mnie nie otworzysz, to będziesz ty płakała. Pójdę ja kończę i jeszcze ładny się, to będziesz się gniewała. Pójdę ja kończę i jeszcze ładny się, to będziesz się gniewała. Hej pijak, ja se pijak, hej nie gospodzie. Żaden tego nie wie, żaden tego nie wie, która moja będzie. Żaden tego nie wie, żaden tego nie wie, która moja będzie. Hej!
Hey, Donna Churi's joining us here in Facebook land. Also, April Lynn, good afternoon to you, young lady.
Oj, żaden tego nie wie, ani też nie wiganie. Za którą dziewczyno, za którą jedyno, ej moje serce pragnie. Za którą dziewczyno, za którą jedyno, ej moje.
Hey, Ryan Compton's here, also Tommy Hoke and the crew, as well as Greg Russo, and it looks like Helena just joined us.
Ale za ubogo, ej spojrzeć nie mogą. Ale za ubogo, ej spojrzeć nie mogą.
Hey, another tune by Andy Fenus and the Trolltones, that one featuring Andy on the vocal. And we're going to be talking live with Andy Fenus real soon. Hey, we want to say hello to Mark and Kyle Kohan. They just joined us. Also for Renee. Holy smokes, Renee out in Maryland. I think she's still out in Maryland. Also looks like Mark Swoger has joined us today for the afternoon. And again, Ryan Compton out in Michigan. Hello to you. Jerry, why don't you give a quick rundown of some of the folks in the chat room over at our broadcast link. And I see you also have YouTube up. Boy, you're managing three different chat rooms. That's kind of cool.
We have Chris Curtis, Chris Tansky, who is going over to Facebook because she was having trouble with our broadcast, kind of like I had yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But mine's working today, so maybe it's just a little glitch that she needs to go through.
Little glitch.
And now she's over at Facebook. Hi, Chris. We have Donna Zielinski with Teresa and Sarah. Marcia Moscato is over on our broadcast link. And Raymond Yarozinski is over on YouTube with me.
Ray J and Marianne. Hey, good to see you guys down in Pennsylvania. Hope you guys are staying warm, and I don't know what your forecasts are like, but we're supposed to get pummeled with a whole bunch of snow this evening starting around 9-10 p.m. Eastern Time. and supposed to go all the way into, I think they said 7 p.m. tomorrow night. We're supposed to get a couple of inches per hour from what it said through the course of the evening. Hey, it's 5:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's bring up a song by Charm City Sound. Here's one called Marina.
I love a girl, her name is Sweet Marina. One look at her and I say Mamma Mia. But I'm not the only one who loves Marina. What can I do to prove my love is true? I realized I had to think of some way so she and I could be together someday. She looks at me and I forget what to say. So hopelessly in love, what can I do? Marina, Marina, Marina. So lovely, so sweet, so divine. Marina, Marina, Marina. I'm wishing that you could be mine. When you're polka dancing, I find myself a-glancing, and I wouldn't mind advancing if you just say hello. Now I know for certain, so I try some flirting, but my heart starts to hurtin' when you say no, no, no. I love a girl, her name is Sweet Marina. One look at her and I say Mamma Mia. But I'm not the only one who loves Marina. What can I do to prove my love is true? Marina, Marina, Marina. So lovely, so sweet, so divine. Marina, Marina, Marina. I'm wishing that you could be mine. When you're polka dancing, I find myself a-glancing, and I wouldn't mind advancing if you just say hello. Now I know for certain, so I try some flirting, but my heart starts to hurtin' when you say no, no, no. When you say no, no, no. Marina said no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Hey, that's the sound of Charm City right here on Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. Hey, we had a good time yesterday with a lot of you, so thanks so much for tuning us in. We did a quickie before the pregame, and it was a really fun time. The Bills actually did a fantastic job against the Patriots yesterday, and we're just waiting now to see who they're going to be playing next week. Why don't you go ahead and mention a couple of those dances up and coming,
Okay.
if you wouldn't mind?
I
And
will,
can
absolutely.
Take a look at this.
The Pulaski Club presents in
See, your account is
2022.
overdrawn. Hold on a minute. Your account is. You just handed this to me.
I know.
Your account is overdrawn. Please put $22 into.
$22.50. You read that right.
$22.50.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so it is a Way Out West Polka Fest with the Beat, February 19th and 20th. Saturday night, 5 p.m. to 9. Sunday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. $15 at the door. Kids under 12 are free. Kickoff festival is Friday night, February 18th. There's a meet and greet sponsored by the IPA with the variety sounds of DJ Nickel City Dave at 6 p.m. Free admission for that one. More information can be found at the facebook.com Pulaski Club Fun Times page at www.pulaskiclubaz.org. And I will be passing on more information on that one.
Okay.
Saturday, February 26th, we have the CPA USPA joint dance.
Yeah, it's going to be
Two
nice.
Hearts, One Love, polka music, of course. Music by the Newtones from PA at the Holy Spirit Party Center, 5500 West 54th Street in Parma, Ohio.
Oh, Dave Lasowski knows where that's at.
I'm sure
It's
he
right down the
does.
street from him.
Doors open at 5 p.m. Music 6 to 10. Donations are $13. 18 and under are free. No BYOB. Food and beverages available. Snacks are welcome. All CDC and health department guidelines will be followed.
Excellent. Hey, we're going to say hi to Jeanette Tonsky. She's with the Polish Newcastle Radio. Polkas 911. Don't forget to catch her. She's on 6 to 8 p.m. I believe it's Saturday evenings. And then we come on, of course, at 9 p.m. So what a great, great time that is. We're going to have to keep an eye on her show as well over there on Polish Newcastle Radio. Also going to say hi to Brian Shankus, Rob Mazer. Rob was just crying whenever Jerry first started out the broadcast.
Yes, that was a rough start.
If you didn't see it, you missed it, and you got to check it out either on Facebook or YouTube because it is hilarious. Hey, going to say hi to Laurie Inglet. She's watching today. Thank you so much. Also, it looks like Kayla Marie is joining us, and Mary Holm is also here. Mary Holm, sorry. Let's see. Michelle Wojtowicz is tuned in. Looks like Andy Ratajczak. Andy, thank you so much for checking us out here on Polkas After Dark. Tony Bialway, we got a chance to shout at him this morning, and he's doing good. Also, there's a kid by the name of Eric Darlak. I don't know if...
Hi, honey. Mommy loves you.
I don't know if he is on with Nora and Wyatt and Kristen, but we're going to send a song out to them. Here's one appropriately titled for Eric. Here's one called the Shorty Obetic. Here is the Drell Tones. Sorry, Eric, I had to do that, buddy. Love ya.
Laucie serce mego, wezmę se męża małego, bo on taki malusieńki, tyciusieńki. Z łokcia sukna czerwonego, będzie ubranie dla niego, bo on taki malusieńki, tyciusieńki. Rękawiczki będę dla niego czybyczki, bo on taki malusieńki, tyciusieńki. Snapak z kapamsa mojego, będzie kapelusz dla niego, bo on taki malusieńki, tyciusieńki. Hej, trzymaj się, staro, trzymaj się. Będę go w kieszeni miała, bo on taki malusieńki, tyciusieńki. Będę z nim do kaziwała, będę z nim uczyniała, bo on taki malusieńki, tyciusieńki.
Andy Fenus and the Drell Tones entertaining you right here on Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition once again. And if you're just joining us, well, thanks so much, but you're running a little bit late because we're here at 5 p.m. We expect you to do the same. Loretta Curtis is here, so we're going to say hi to her. Also, did you say Chris Curtis is in the chat room over at...
Yes, he is.
He is, okay. And I think there's a few
There's
more
Loretta.
folks that have... yep. And also
We got
Gail
the
Wojtowicz, it looks like.
trifecta.
Gail's here. And what a great time.
And Kayla Marie said we are here. So we are saying hello to everyone that is with Kayla Marie. I think it would be Brian. And
Okay, now, since Kayla's here, does that mean that we have to play either a PCM song
I know
or
she's
a
early.
Polka family song? Okay. All right, so we've got some time then, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's good. That's good. Also, we want to make mention, folks, that if you have a dance that's coming up or you know of a dance that's coming up, send us some information over there to polkasafterdark@gmail.com. That's polkasafterdark@gmail.com, and we'll be most happy to get something on one of our future broadcasts. We are going to do a song right now featuring the Bruggen family, Gary Bruggen out there in Wisconsin. And here is a song called 1, 2, 3, Polka. Hey, that's a live one for sure. That's Gary Bruggen and the Bruggen family. 1, 2, 3, polka. Hey, since we're keeping with the live format, here's a song by the Maestro's Men, Dennis Poliski and the gang. Jackie Libera on the vocal. Here's one called Mountaineers Farewell.
Żegnam kurostwo góralkie, jeszcze świat daleki. Oj, żegnam cię, moja miła, żegnam cię na wieki. Oj, żegnam cię, moja miła, żegnam cię na wieki. Ja powrócę w krótkim czasie do domu, do zioła. Choć się luba zaprowadzę na ślub do kościoła. Choć się luba zaprowadzę na ślub do kościoła.
Hey, JP and Karen are tuned in. We thank you guys so much. Also, Pete Chacho, looks like Tyler Jansen is tuned in as well. Sebastian Pikowski, hello.
Mija roczek idzie drugi, a nie widać Janka. A góralka zapomniała po słowach kochanka. A góralka zapomniała po słowach kochanka. Mija roczek, która wraca, ma nadzieję w sercu, że się z grubą swą połączy na ślubnym kobiercu. Też się z lubą swą połączy nasz ślubny kobiecu. Idzie gro do kościoła, wyjdzie światło wszędzie i pyta się kościelnego, co to dzisiaj będzie. I pyta się kościelnego, co to dzisiaj będzie. Kościel mu odpowiada, będzie tu ślub wielki. Hej dziewczyny twej góralki, a jej na wieki. Hej dziewczyny twej góralki, kochanej na wieki. Yeah!
Oh, yeah, that's the Maestros, man. That's a live shot of the Mountaineers' Farewell Żegnal Górał polka. And we're going to play one more tune here as we anxiously await the interview with Andy Fenus from the Trelltones. He's on the air right now, but we're going to play one more song before we bring him to the microphone. And here's one called Going Downtown. We're going to send this out to Loretta Curtis Mackles. This is one of her favorite tunes by Andy. yeah, Andy Fenus and the Trelltones. Hey, you're tuned to Polkas After Dark on our broadcast link.
With a C.
.com, and we welcome Andy Fenus from the Trelltones. He's live with us from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Andy, can you hear me?
Sure can. Good evening, everybody.
Hey, well, welcome to Polkas After Dark, Andy, and thanks for taking the time on a Sunday afternoon to join us here, buddy.
It's a pleasure. You know that. We've been friends for how many years, and you played in our group for how many years, too.
Well, you know, it's kind of fun. It's kind of funny you're mentioning that, Andy, because I was going back into my memory banks, and you and I met back in 1974, and then I started working with the band in 1976.
Yep.
And boy, was that a great time.
Recording with us and everything.
Yes, yes, sirree. Hey, had a blast with you guys, too. I got to tell you, there's some most memorable moments, and I'm sure we're going to be able to share some of those as we go through. Hey, Andy, as I always start out with the interviews, I want to ask you a couple of questions. First of all, how old were you when you heard your first polka song? Was the family involved, mom and dad, in polkas? And did I lose you? Andy, are you there?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. It sounds like we're fading in and out here, and I don't know why that would be. Well, let's go ahead and try this. Are you there? Well, for some reason, I am not getting Andy here. We had him for a while, and he's on a landline too, so that should not be happening right now to us. Might have to come back to you in a couple of seconds, Andy. Let me go ahead and play another song here, and I'll see if we can't get this resolved. Are you there? Can you hear me? I'm going to try one more thing here. Are you there, Andy? Nope, I'm going to have to get Andy back on the phone. I think we may have lost connection, as a lot of times we will do on a Polkas After Dark. But let me just see if I can get Andy back on the phone here. And we're calling him again.
Happy springtime, happy summer. Leave your name, your number, the date you called.
Nope, that is definitely his answering machine. So what we're going to do is play another song while we hopefully get Andy back onto the broadcast here. Let's see. How about we do another tuba polka? Here is the sound of the Ampliers. Okay, we're going to try this once again and bring Andy on board. Andy, are we back in touch?
We're back in touch right now. I thought you were getting even for me for all the years that we used to joke around with you, like picking up your car and trying to get your car moving. Yeah.
Jeez. Hey, so Andy, let's start out a little bit. I want to ask you a question that I always ask everybody, and that is, where you heard your first polka song?
I think the first time I heard it, my brother was listening to Johnny Sims from our area here, a radio station that was playing polkas, and down in Greensburg area.
All right.
And that's the first time we heard. My brother said, "Hey, listen to this guy, Little Wally." And boy, we loved the harmonies. Me and my brother used to sing all the time, just around the house. And then after that, we heard that first, I'll never forget it. And it was 7 Days and 7 Nights Without You polkas.
Wow.
And Please Believe Me, that waltz on there too.
Yes. Yes.
So that's how we heard. That's the first time we heard that God. Well, you figure how many years we've been doing it. This is our 66th year. If we keep it up, I've got a couple little health problems running with me right now, but other than that.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I hear you right? You said 66 years?
Exactly.
Wow.
This is our 66th year. We started out in junior high school. My brother in junior high school, and he was in 8th grade, and I was in 9th.
Okay.
And we just kept playing, and, we started out doing weddings and dances were our last thing, but weddings and parties we would do, and it's just, bowling banquets, things like that.
Sure.
Then some of the DJs from around here kept saying this, well, why don't you guys record? Well, at that time, it was, we didn't have the money to record. We didn't know anything about it. Then my dad and mom took care of us and said, you get something out there. We got a 45 out there that was Kathleen, my sweetheart. Flip side was Lovesick Polka.
Yep, remember that.
And then after that, things started to take off. We took the money we got from the 45 and invested it in an album, and went on Bel Air for our first album with Eddie Bozanche.
Now, that was the album with Lovesick, was it not?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The Polka Lovers album.
Polka Lovers, exactly right.
I remember that well. Hey, tell us briefly who was on that recording. Do you recall all the guys?
Yeah, it was Pat Pyman was the accordion player,
yeah.
And then I'm almost sure, if I'm not mistaken, it was Dave Barney Barnes on the bass guitar.
All right.
And it was Barney. And also on trumpet that time, I think it was, I'm trying to remember. Oh, it was a boy down here by the name of Dave Morris.
Okay.
You remember Dave Morris?
Yes, I do, and not to be confused with our Dave Morris from Monongahela, Pennsylvania, different guy.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
Dave is from up around, well, he last time I talked to him, he was from around State College now. He was living at that area.
Okay.
And, and then me and my brother. And then you add the piano to it, you go from there.
Right. Now, you and your brother have always had a certain finesse with your vocals, Andy. I've always loved that, and I know everybody that I talk to in the polka music world, it's like these guys are just meshed together. And of course, with brothers, it's kind of a given, right? But you and Steve have sung together for many, many years, and I'm going to bring something up right now because back in 1976, when I first started with you guys,
right.
You had your sister Shirley, and Sister Shirley is no longer around. She passed away, about maybe 10 years ago or so?
It's, a little better than that.
Okay.
Yeah, a little better than that.
And I remember her, and boy, I'll tell you what, you got all three of the Fenuses on stage, and it was like somebody just lit a stick of dynamite because you guys did a lot of contemporary stuff. Like you said, you played a lot of weddings, banquets, and stuff like that. You guys really did a fantastic job with your English music as well as polkas. And I remember playing a lot of jobs. There was a place called the Lamplighter that we did a whole bunch of stuff down there. We also did, a lot of people didn't know this, but when I played with you, you guys played the Holiday Inn circuits for a while.
Yes, we did.
The Holiday Inns were very big, having live music. And who would have ever dreamed that the Trelltones would be playing in a Holiday Inn atmosphere? We never really played polkas there, but wow, what a sound. And now,
exactly. Always went in and around with just playing the modern contemporary stuff, and we throw a polka in here or there.
Yep.
But that's what we were hired for. And we were playing that time 2 nights a week at Holiday Inn, Friday and Saturday nights.
I remember that.
And same thing with let's see, we did one in Greensburg at the Holiday Inn up there.
Yeah.
And then we did one over here in West Mifflin, the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
And we worked a couple times up there. And it's just that, you're trying to remember the other places. That one you mentioned there in that, I'm trying to think of that supper club out in
The
first one you mentioned.
The lamplighter.
The lamplighter, yeah. We used to get booked on a regular basis there.
Yep.
And I'll tell you another thing, going through here, I can think of some things. Like we played Civic Arena with Little Wally.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pittsburgh Civic Arena. I can also Kennywood Park. And we have, if you go to one of our albums, that last album that we had, Back in Time, you take a look at it, and it has a lights up with the Charltons in the front saying polka music, and that's where they used to have that Starview Plaza stage.
Right.
And you'd go out there and set up your equipment, and they had tremendous guest stars come in, like the Three Stooges, Superman. I mean, all these groups, acts came in, and then as well as the rock and roll acts at that time.
Yeah.
And things like that, and that's what we were doing. And we were doing at that time, like you said, contemporary work, not so much polkas, until we got those albums out.
Yeah.
Then we started doing the polka circuit too,
Sure.
which you remember a lot, because you were one of the best guys that we had in the group that time, and always was a great guy. And we told you, hang in there with us, and we won't steer you wrong.
And you
I
didn't.
know you are a gentleman and a scholar, and you are a great guy. And I don't mean that because you're talking to me on the radio.
Oh,
One
thank
of
you.
the nicest guys I've ever had in a band here.
Thank you so much. Well, I enjoyed it. I learned a lot from both you and Steve. I will tell you that. I learned a lot about the business side of things from Steve. And that will always stick in my heart because it's helped me throughout my success throughout the years with the business that I'm in currently. And now let me go ahead and ask you, Andy, do you know right offhand how many recordings you actually have in the albums right now? It's got to be, what, 6, 8, maybe 10? Close
I
to
think
that.
more in like the 8 range, 8
Okay.
or 9.
All right.
And there we go.
Now, you guys backed up Wanda and Stephanie, Little Wally many times over at a little place called, not a little place, a big place that I met the Curtis family, Tony Curtis and his wife and the kids, who we've still remained friends after all these years. But Idora Park in Youngstown, Ohio, played for
that was
Happy
one
Larry
of the
Walk.
most beautiful ballrooms. Am I not mistaken? Am I right on that?
Oh,
Don't
yes.
you think?
Yeah, you sure are. And
I don't know if you were with us the time we played another ballroom we played in Pittsburgh. The park is gone now, Westview Park Danceland.
Now that
Do you
one
remember that?
That one I don't remember. Starlight Ballroom I do, but I don't
Yeah,
remember that one.
It's Westview Park Danceland. Used to bring all the big bands from out of town. I mean, at that time you could think about Glenn Miller's band came in, groups like that, and then they had the top singers. They went in there to rock and roll music. Then we went in there to do Don Evans, the DJ, got us in there to play a polka job in there.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that. There was a beautiful, beautiful ballroom there. I'm trying to think the other places, Robert. You said the Starlight the Starlight was nice. Starlight had a real nice sound to it there. That's the one thing about that ballroom.
That was owned way back in the days by Chuck and Lil Harristy. And I remember playing with the Trelltones, the Polka Jets. I don't think I ever worked there with the Sounds, but you guys really rocked every place you played. And speaking of rock, I got to ask you this too. A guy by the name of Al Mervis that used to play bass for you guys, and I think he may still jump in once in a while, but he was a phenomenal guitarist that played a lot of the... Go ahead.
Did you hear my brother has a Christmas CD that came out this year? And he just didn't get a chance to give it. I told him about it and about you and that, and he just didn't get a chance to do it. But Al Mervis did all our lead guitar work on it.
Is that right?
I would put Al Mervis up against any of the top guitar players in the country, and I mean that from my heart.
I would have to agree with you, Andy.
Am I right, Rob?
Yeah. And you had another bass guitar guy that played keyboards, Emil Pohodich. Does Emil still work with you guys?
Oh yeah, occasionally Emil still does. It depends, but he's kind of slid out of the background with us Because now we use, I'm using Paulie Hertzko from Uniontown.
Paul, yeah.
And I have Richie Zabrowski from Cleveland. He works with us. And let me see who else. And then Al Volek. He's been
Al
playing
Volek,
bass
playing
for us.
bass, yeah.
And my brother, Steve, and Joe Stolars.
Yeah, phenomenal musician too, Al Volek.
Yep. Oh, excellent musician there too. But yeah, you were right about. I don't remember. It's one of. Well, if you hear this guy play, he's playing on my brother's latest CD, and I'm gonna see if I can get my brother to get that CD up to you.
I'm gonna have to get a hold of that.
My brother's been under the weather in the last probably year and a half because he had a kidney transplant.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he had a total kidney transplant, and he has to watch where he goes, but he, singing-wise and recording, he went and did his own CD because, let's face it, at the IPA, they do not recognize two people in the polka field.
Right.
Like Eddie B. and Chet should have been together in that polka field. You know that yourself.
Right.
And then me and my brother said, well, that's fine. If you can't get in the polka field, I'll get into the musicians' lyrics. And he says, I'm getting into writing the lyrics, and he's been recognized for that now. So that's going good for him, thank God.
Mentioning IPA, you were inducted into the IPA Polka Music Hall of Fame back in 2017. And Jerry and I had the honor and the pleasure of hanging out with you and your brother Steve over at the IPA convention, which was held here in Buffalo, New York, and what a fantastic time that was. And we
appreciate you guys coming down that time too.
We got a chance to reminisce, which is always fun, Andy. You know, every time we talk, you and I and Steve, we always come up with some other things. Hey, let me also ask you this. Are drums the only instrument that you play? Have you ever tried to touch anything else, or has drums always been your baby?
I don't want to touch anything else. Drums have always been my thing with the folk music and that. And I did all the business side of the band, mostly the contracts, the setting up of the drum. Anytime would call for the band, I take care of all that, getting the contracts on, getting everything ready for the job.
Yeah.
And, when you get back to my brother, he did a lot of the vocals and he did a lot of writing our music at that time because a long time ago when we first started out, there wasn't too many guys that know music by memory, you knew your stuff by memory. But a lot of guys had to read it, music. So my brother would end up writing all the songs and writing them out and have to transpose the music down to working with the trumpets and accordion and everything like that. So, I did. That's why I only stuck with the drums. But my brother, he worked on bass for a while, and but he played clarinet and sax, which those two work together right then and there. Clarinet, sax right there. But my brother, then another thing with me and my brother too, there was a country and western group that me and my brother always loved because of their harmonies. Mm-hmm. And that was Buck Owens and the Buckaroos.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Listen to that. Those guys sing harmonies. That's what we always try to produce on the polka side of it.
Well, that. It's kind of funny that you're mentioning that, Andy, because, I was going to ask you, what is your favorite genre of music that you listen to besides polkas, or when you're not listening to polkas? What does Andy Fenus listen to?
There's a group that I love that I always go to see, and I'm a great doo-wop fan. From the oldies but goodies on the doo-wop music.
Okay.
A group by the name of Kenny Vance and the Planetones from out in Jersey. And wow, I tell you that's my genre that I love in that type of music. I can sit there and listen to that type of music all the time, through the whole night.
Yeah.
As soon as I see a doo-wop group coming in, but they're starting to fade too now with everything going on.
Oh, sure.
The concerts and everything. It's just a shame this this hit us,
COVID.
COVID hit us, badly. And
Yes.
you know yourself, you got to, for a trumpet player, sax, clarinet, and that, they have to keep their lips up.
Oh, sure.
You got to keep practicing, keep it going, even if we're not playing. So if we get back to playing, they got a strong enough lip that will hold the job.
Yeah.
And
hey, Andy,
that's what really hurt.
Do you have a favorite place that you have played? Now, you guys have done all the major festivals: Seven Springs, Idora Park, Erie Polka Days, Idlewild Park, which was run by Johnny Sims down in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Boy, I remember those days too. You'd walk in to that park and the place would just be mobbed. You'd have people sitting on blankets, and they brought their beverages and their food, and they just had a picnic while they watched the bands perform. But do you have a favorite place that you have played throughout your musical career, Andy?
I think the most, it isn't one of my favorite, but the one that stood out that I had my chills from were from probably the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
When it was the old Civic Arena with the round roof on it and everything like that. To go in there and play to 10, 11,000 people.
Yeah.
That's when Little Wally had that yellow sounds. And he hired the Pittsburgh Symphony guys to come in and play that sound, and he sang with them. And we were one of the bands that were at that time on the show with him. And then the other place that stands out in my mind has to be Kennywood Park in Pittsburgh, the amusement park.
Yeah.
That was a standout place. In fact, they're still having the dances down there, Polish Day and so forth like that at Kennywood. So, but they don't have a place where you can just go there and see the bands play in concert. You would have to go in the back of the park behind the old mill.
Okay.
And that's where they have the picnic area there.
Gotcha.
That's where they do that. But those two places would be the place. And the third one that really stands out in my mind would be up in Chicago, the IPA, where they had the IPA all that time, the Picnic Grove up there.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to think of the road. I just hit a blank on it now.
That's
what happens when you get older, too. You hit a blank. But it was up in Chicago, and when we played up there for the International Polka Association that time, for their convention up in Chicago. That was another place.
Now, I also want to take time to discuss a fantastic musician that you guys were blessed to have in the Trelltones, and I was honored to play beside him, and that is Mr. Gary Weber on the concertina. You know, you talk about guys that master an instrument, and Gary was one that just locked himself behind closed doors and ate, slept, and drank the concertina. And I found out last week. I found out last week in talking with Maui, because we had Jimmy Weber here on the interview for last weekend on Sunday.
Oh, great!
And he was telling us that Gary started out playing accordion, and I never knew that. But did he ever play accordion for the Trelltones, or was it just strictly concertina?
No, he played accordion, and then he switched over to concertina, depending on the songs and everything like that.
Okay.
And but he did, when he did that concertina, I can't think of anybody, and I really honestly mean that, can work a box that good.
Yeah.
And when he was living, bless his soul, that guy was. We used to be going to jobs and on a truck going to a job, and he grabbed the concertina and said, "I'm going to teach you this old Little Wally number right now." And
I
he
remember
started singing
that.
it to me and we're doing the Polish words and learning the song in the truck as we were going to the dances.
Yeah.
I think you went with us a couple of times with it.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and that's all. You're right. Gary was fantastic. Jimmy Weber, that's another guy who was tremendous with us.
Yes.
We had so many great musicians that worked with us. Guys that I can tell you, there was a guy that's a state trooper. He played trumpet for us. He was from the Keysport.
Okay.
He lives up in Butler right now. He's a state trooper.
Okay. Okay.
And, I mean, guys like that, and you just don't remember them. You can't remember a lot of the stuff or the names sometime of them, but as soon as you remember, you do remember, it stands out so much to me. And some of the fun we used to have with the guys, we were talking about that accordion set up with Pat, that time, Pat Highland.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? We talked about that a couple weeks
Yes.
ago, and that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Here, I'm talking your ear off, and I don't know what else you want to know.
No, well, I want to also ask you a question. Do you have a favorite song that you like to play or sing on the stage when you're entertaining folks?
Let's see. I guess, I'm trying to think. Probably the Chakra Polka.
Okay. All right. That's one, unfortunately, we can't play, but maybe
That's
sometime
one
in the
thing
near
that
future.
I can't figure out. Yeah, I can't figure out why they can't play it, because when you hear the rock bands go on there, and you know what they sing on the radio.
Yes, that
These
is
new,
true.
how they can allow us to do that polka on the air?
That is true. You know, Andy, that's a very, very valid point with all the swear words that come out now. But maybe that was...
words, they aren't even it.
Yeah. And you know what's funny, too, is when you talk about that, this was released, back in 1975? So the times have changed between 1975 and 2022. So I'm sure there are things that could be done. Hey, also, I want to ask you, because I can't believe that we're approaching the 6 o'clock hour already.
Oh, man.
We've already been talking. It sure does. Hey, I want to ask you a couple more things here. What is on the horizon for the Trelltones? Are you guys going to do any other recordings? Are you thinking about going into the studio?
Constantly thinking about doing it, but, with this COVID situation, if you go out there, you got to be able to go out and sell the album, too,
Right.
the CD.
Right.
So, and if you can't go out to make personal appearances, you can't sell the songs. And I don't know how some of these bands will do it in the future.
Yeah.
But, it's scary out there. Yeah, we'd love to do one more. Me and my brother have talked about that. We'd love to do one more, but, you gotta wait, because, if you get out there, who are you playing for? Some of the people don't want to come out that much anymore because of that COVID.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
You got to wear a mask and start dancing the polka. You wear a mask and start dancing the polka, you're done after the first quarter of the polka's played.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I sure do. Hey, let me ask you this, because I never did get a chance to ask you, Andy. How did the Trelltones get their name? How did you guys come up with that?
Well, it was Trell was like a thing. It was a Greek word that we used, and it meant a following.
Okay.
And that's where we got. And then we said, well, a Greek word meaning the following, and then we said, well, we'll add the tones to the end of it, and that's how we had the following tones.
Okay.
Really, the Trelltones then.
Gotcha.
And that's how we came up with that. And then a couple of times we were going to make it something like Andy's Gang or something like that, but it sounded too. We wanted something that when the people knew the Trelltones, they knew the Trelltones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Out of known would be the people that would go out there and not go to polka dances that much.
Sure.
But then they say, who's that band there? And then they say the Trelltones, and then they'd remember, because that name stood out.
Now, how about this? Because you guys traveled for many, many years in a van. Do you have a favorite breakdown story that you can share with people? I'm sure you guys broke down whether it was just a simple flat tire, whether the engine went, the engine seized up, a radiator blew.
Yeah.
Do you have one or two stories that you can share with us?
Well, I don't know how much time we got, but I can give you a couple of
go ahead.
Things. Okay, I can tell you a couple of things that happened. Coming back from Ottawa, not Ottawa, but Idora Park one night.
Okay.
I hit a deer. Nailed it pretty good, but we were fortunate enough no one got hurt, but we had to end up coming back after that, and we were towed in by AAA, fortunately.
Okay.
And it was another time that we went up to Michigan, a few years back, and I went in to get a drink at one of the rest stops, and Carly come running in and said, "Hey, you better get out there. The truck's on fire." Here, what happened was the carpet. I just had the truck inspected.
Okay.
The carpet that on the bottom of the floor where it got caught. Where at that time it was getting caught. It got caught around the fender, and it got hot from that. And that was something that really happened. Scared the heck out of me there.
Oh.
But that I have to sit back now, and every day me and my brother said the same thing. With all the traveling we do, we have to thank God.
Yep.
God blessed us that we didn't have a serious accident all those years of playing.
Yes.
And
Agreed.
I say that now, it can happen right now, but accidents can happen anywhere. But I'm saying for all the traveling we did do,
Sure.
we never had a serious accident. God blessed us with that, too.
Yes,
And
amen
I
to
have
that.
so much respect on that, too.
Yeah. Hey, so I'm gonna finish out like I always do by asking one final question, Andy, and that is, what would Andy Fenus say to somebody that wants to get involved into music today? It can be any genre of music, country, rock, polkas, whatever, Slovenian. What would Andy Fenus give as a word of advice to somebody who just wants to start out in music?
The words I would say, and my brother would agree with me on this, is get your own musicians. Don't go out there relying on any other guys. Like, for instance, when we got you, we went out there when you were available. We went out and called you, and we got you to play for us. There's other guys that are right now, and I can say this happens now because we're older, let's face it, and it's tough to find guys playing anymore that want to play full time with a band.
Right.
They want to go and play with this guy and play with that guy and play with it. But
Sure.
your own musicians, because that's what we did. If we ever, all the guys, like for instance Pat Pollan, we went in the South Side Pittsburgh to an accordion guy that taught accordion. He there. We went. That's how we got Al Mervis. I went to a guitar player and a guitar teacher, and he gave us a guy, and that's how we got Al Mervis and somebody else's. Because sooner or later, they're going to have a job, and those guys are going to go back to their own leader and
That
play
makes
for
sense.
them before they're going to play for you.
Sure.
This way, if you lock them down to play for you, you either play for me or you go with somebody else, and you're not coming back. That's what I say to every guy that wants to start their own band. Get your own musicians, and
That
that's
makes
what
sense.
we used to do years ago.
Definitely makes sense. Hey, Andy, we've had a blast talking to you this afternoon with Polkas After Dark. I also want to make mention that a very memorable time when you first asked me to play, and I said yes. The very first job I played was on a Saturday night at St. Mary's Church Hall in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, where I grew up. And my next job, the next day, we left for a Caribbean cruise on the Jubilee in 1976. I will never forget
Absolutely.
That was
That
April.
was great.
I want to say maybe April 12th, 13th, somewhere, wherever that Saturday, Sunday fell. That was just an amazing time, Andy, and I can't thank you and Steve enough for everything that you did for me in the polka world. And,
Rob,
again,
one other thing I want to add to that
Sure.
is I could still remember we went on that cruise and we hit a storm in a certain area, and we used to have those Bose, was it Bose, or those silver speakers, you know what I mean?
the Shore speakers.
Sure, yeah.
I remember
and
those.
And Shore speakers were rocking back and forth, and you were doing a headstand right in front of them. You remember that in
Yes.
the ballroom?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
that's
you
when
did
I
a
was.
headstand.
That's when I was skinny and probably weighed about maybe 130 pounds soaking wet. Andy, I wouldn't be able to do that now. I can't even stand on my feet, let alone stand on my
Oh,
head.
it's like me right now. I have I have a little problem going to go in for getting it checked towards my my leg, my left hip rather, and I've had some problems with that. But that's I have a specialist working on it with me for now. But as I said, I'll never forget that. But my mom and dad were both living at that time. I remember my mom, she didn't like to ride the boat, and just seeing those short speakers going front to back, and there's Robin doing a headstand right in the middle of the dance floor.
That was funny.
Your legs were swaying the same way with the boat.
It was funny. Hey, Andy, once
great.
again, thank you so very, very much. Our best to Jan and everybody down there in Pennsylvania. I love you, buddy. You know that. You have a very special place in my heart. And if you ever need anything, give me a call.
Well, you know how we felt about you, Rob. We always loved you right from the start. And we tried to tell you when you were a little youngster at that time, hey, Rob, do this and you'll never have problems. Yeah. Get yourself a nice job, or if you like something, go out there and do it. And you always did it, and that's what made you a real gentleman out there.
Well,
and I want to wish
so much, Andy.
the best to you and yours. God bless you guys for the rest of your life, and I hope things really go good and come back for polka music soon.
Yeah,
because if it doesn't, we're polka music's doomed. I could say that much.
No, but I think there'll always be polka music, no matter what way you look at it. We've got some new kids involved with some different bands, with of course the Beat 3.0, Michael Costa. He's got some guys working for him and his daughter, and just a lot of great Randy Kozlowski and the Cosmics. I mean, there's a lot of fresh talent out there. So when we're gone, they'll be able to take over the reins. But again, thanks so much, Andy. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon, and thanks for being part of Polkas After Dark. Hey, here's a tune for you by Mr. Fenus and the Trolltones, one called the Grey Goose Polka.
Shiva Gonska, Shiva Poduna, you quiva von merit, seplin the moonshine, ui piva, muy parte gosto fotoli, hago tu ya dom, noci do robi, sočena bepiera, rahu, rahu, čahu, rahu, rahu, čahu, rahu, rahu, čahu, raz, dva, či, Shiva
Andy Fenus and the Troll Tones. Yes, sirree. He just entertained us with a blessed interview, and we thank him so much for doing that, taking the time. Also, once again, you guys also know that Mr. Les Kapuscinski from Canada is one of our favorites. He sends us pictures all the time of folks that we are interviewing. And speaking of interviewing, we have a couple of things that are happening next weekend. First of all, don't forget to join us on Saturday night. That's right, our Saturday broadcast begins at 9 p.m. And then next weekend, we were going to be talking live with Dave Gavrinsky, but Dave has a previously scheduled engagement. So what we're going to do is we are going to be talking with him the following week, and that is January the 30th. So he's going to come on the 30th, and next week we're going to be talking live with Mike Charney from Baltimore, Maryland. You know him. He's got the Vintage Polkas on YouTube, and he also sends us some really great stuff twice a day on Facebook. So we're able to catch that, and he's got some really great stuff. It's no earlier than 20 years or 25 years. So it's all older events featuring Little Wally, Jimmy Sturr, Marion Lush, all kind of guys, Stash Belanda, Stash Galanka. And so we're going to be talking live with him next week, Sunday. And we're going to go over something called the Top 10. His Top 10 hit list that he's got a lot of hits over the past several months, and I think he's been doing this for a couple of years now already. But we're going to be talking live with him. And, Andy Fenus, thank you so much once again for spending some time with us, and your lovely wife, Jan. We haven't seen Jan in, I want to say probably a good 20 years or so. But just a fantastic gal. I used to go down there and stay over at the house when I was playing with the Troll Tones, and she'd make breakfast the next day, or Andy and I would get in late. You guys want something to eat? It's like, nah, we're just going to go to bed. Okay. So it was one of those things. But Jerry, why don't you go ahead and give a rundown real quick of who's in our chat rooms?
I have a lot more people joining me over there on YouTube. We have Raymond
Yaroshinsky, Ray
Joe Wittick, and John Subject's over there with me.
And Marge. Well, hello to you guys.
That is wonderful.
Also, who do we have there in
we have Alice
broadcast?
Fischler, Chris Curtis, Jerry Romanowski. He said he's actually watching us on YouTube, but hasn't gone into the
chat room
yet.
Okay.
Les and Alice Kapuscinski and Marcia Moscato.
Oh, good. And then, of course, our Facebook.
We have Tom Kowalski,
TK,
Patty Watson, Helena Garbach, Mary Lou Cherniak, Barb Bialy moved over there, Loretta Mackel, Teresa Wendt, Mark Spoger, Diane Ceremit,
Musical Mark. You can see him on his show that he does, Polka Fun, on Facebook, Saturday afternoons from 4 to 5:30 p.m. And you know who we forgot to say hello to yesterday? Nate.
Oh.
Yeah, his puppy Nate. So Nate, we're playing this one for you, and we're also going to play this for, oddly enough, Mr. Andy Fenus himself. You heard him saying something that he had an issue with his leg, and he's going to be in there. And I just had this up, and here it is right here. Here's one called Oh My Foot Hurts Obetic. I think correct pronunciation in Polish is boli mnie noga, if I'm not mistaken.
Boli mnie noga, wiecie, nie mogę chodzić dobrze, ale tańcować mogę. Zawiążę huczko nogę, ale tańcować mogę. Zawiążę huczko nogę. Oj dana, dana, dana. Oj dana, dana, dana. Oj dana, dana, dana. Oj dana, dana, dana. Chodźcie potańcować, każe tobie drogę dać. Nie chcę, nie smogę, jestem góra na nogę. Nie chcę, nie smogę, jestem góra na nogę. Oj dana, 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 oj dana, 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 oj dana, 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 oj dana, dana, dana. Chodźcie potańcować, każe tobie łapsa dać. Już mogę, jestem zdrowa na nogę. Już mogę, jestem zdrowa na nogę. Oj dana, 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 oj dana, 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 oj dana, 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 oj dana, dana, dana.
Broadcasting around the world on the World Wide Web. This is your number one internet station.
If you're just joining us, well, welcome to Polkas After Dark on our broadcast link.
With a C.
.com.
Ludzie w to Chicago poleczkę tańcują i po wszystkie parach wesoło śpiewają. Piosenki wesołe się im podobają. Te wesołe życie ludzie tutaj mają. Piosenki wesołe się im podobają. Te wesołe życie ludzie tutaj mają. Wieczoreczek pije, chłopaki na salach, nikt żałuje. Hulają głośliwie, muzyka nagrywa, całą noc nadziei ludziom się odbywa. Hulają głośliwie, muzyka nagrywa, całą noc nadziei ludziom się odbywa.
Broadcasting around the world. This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now.
Hey, back to back, let's see. PCM now, Polka Family. Kayla, you gotta be loving this day. Hey, for Carolyn and Ed out in California, we're going to say hello to you guys. Also to Michael Gartler, he's watching. And also we're going to send a big hello out to Whitey Rinyats. Whitey's out there in Chicago, Illinois. Hey, we're going to be talking live with Whitey Rinyats in just a couple of weeks, so you don't want to miss that at all, folks. Hey, first, Chris Tansky. She's the president of the Buffalo Polka Boosters. And all the Buffalo Polka Boosters tuned in today. We want to say hello to you guys. Here's the boys with a little bit of Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, you are driving me insane. Tell me that you love me, but you're lying. Mary Jane, I still love you just the same. You're gonna break.
And a big shout out to Joseph Wondolowski.
Mary Jane, znowu kręcić cały dzień. Ty mówisz, że mnie kochać, lecz to bajka. Mary Jane, dalej kocham cię co dzień. Złamała serce me, to będę płakał. Mary Jane, you are driving me insane. Tell me that you love me, but you're lying. Mary Jane, I still love you just the same. You're gonna break my heart and leave me crying. Mary Jane, znowu kręcić cały dzień. Ty mówisz, że mnie kochać, lecz to bajka. Mary Jane, dalej kocham cię co dzień. Złamała serce me, to będę płakał.
Yes, hooray for Chris Tansky and all of our Buffalo Polka boosters. We say Happy New Year to all of you guys. We can still say Happy New Year, right? We're still in January.
Sure.
I think we can do that. Yeah, up until like February 1st is the deadline, the draw. Hey, Joe Wondolowski mentioned that he is also
He has a show on the Jammer.
on the Jammer. And when
On Sundays, it's called Polka Celebration.
Polka Celebration. So make sure that you tune all of our folks out there.
Aw. He
And-
sent smiley faces with lots of lovey hearts around
I
it.
see that,
Just
and
for you.
I sent a big smiley face, ha ha ha.
Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, only Kayla. Hey, Kayla and Brian, you can catch them on 247 Polka Heaven. Just take a look at the schedule there. Also, with all the folks with the PolkaJammerNetwork.org, and don't forget our friends and family over there at Polish Newcastle Radio. We've got just a ton of people on the internet nowadays. We have taken over the internet.
Take
And
advantage of it.
It's a lot of fun.
Take
It
advantage. And we
really
have
is.
local radio stations. We're lucky enough to have it 7 days a week.
Yeah, we sure
Locally.
do. We sure do.
And some people aren't that lucky, so
Hey, somebody wanted to hear a hot dog polka. And
that
who
would
was
be
that?
Tony Biale.
Tony Bialy. You know, he is a hot dog in his own self there. So, Tony, I guess we can play this for you. Here's Jerry Darlak in the Buffalo Touch, and congratulations, Tony. I'm going to say this, Tony. Tony is 16 days
Woohoo!
into non-smoking. Yes, buddy.
Great job.
Keep up the good work, man. Hey, we're going to slow it down, get a waltz for all the lovers of the waltz. Here's one by Bruno Mikos, one called Picking Berries.
Jak z boru tak lesze rosną jagody, zbieraj stała dziewczyna i chłopiec młody. Jedyna dziewczyna była, jednego chłopczyka bardzo lubiła. Jedyna dziewczyna była, jednego chłopczyka bardzo lubiła. Jak poszła do sadu, zbierała wróżki, on jej się zapytał, co ma za smutki. Stała przy mnie altannie i płacze narzeka na swe kochanie. Stała przy mnie altannie i płacze narzeka na swe kochanie. Kochanie, co kochanie może, bo ja za kochanie szedziarostek spojrzę, jeden dzień w areszcie, jeśli mnie wypuścił, będę kochał jeszcze. Szedziarostek spojrzę, jeden dzień w areszcie, jeśli mnie wypuścił, będę kochał jeszcze.
It's a little bit of sound of Bruno Mikos and the Harmony Stars, one called the Picking Berries Waltz, one of our favorites. We sure hope that it's one of yours. Hey, you know what I also forgot to mention? Polka Mike Radzinski. I know he's not on here on Facebook right now, but we're going to send a song out to him and his lovely Queen Doris. Here's the Connecticut Twins. Yep, the Connecticut Twins. The twins from that place up east.
Ja jestem chłopak młody, ja lubię śpiewać wam. Jak mnie dzisiaj się czuję, to ja wam powiem sam. Raz miałem dziewczę ładną i też mnie kochała. To ja nie wiedziałem, aż mnie zostawiła. Hej! Dury, legli nam drugi. Po słodki będzie rozum krótki, aha, piwa. Wydajcie piwa, to z dobrej piwa, to głowa się kiwa. Hej! Teraz nie mam dziewczyny, z chłopcami idę znów. Na wszystkie bary jedziemy, dziewczyny szukamy. Będziemy tak się bawić, a starczy pieniędzy. A jak nic nie znajdziemy, to będziemy śpiewali. Hej! Dury, hej, na drugi. Po słodki będzie rozum krótki, haha, piwa. Hej, dajcie piwa, to dobre piwa, to głowa się piwa. Hej!
Hey, the Connecticut Twins, entertaining you on a Polkas After Dark on the Sunday afternoon edition once again. Don't forget to join Jerry and I next week, Saturday, at our normal time at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We go all the way until 11. And then we will be back on Sunday afternoon next week, Sunday, and chatting live with Mike Charney from Maryland. I was going to say Maryland, New York. No, Maryland, the state of Maryland. I saved myself there.
Maryland, New York?
Hey, is Diane Ceremet still on? Is she still listening and watching Diane Sims Ceremet?
She jumps in every once in a while and makes a comment, so she could still be here.
She sent us a really cute picture. I think that was her when she was like 20 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe.
Could have been. Hey, but here's a tune that she loves, and we know you guys do too. Here's
She's
Scrubby. Oh, she is?
She said, yep.
She just popped in. Good. We're going to send this one out to you, Di.
Zosha! Let's go!
Hey, also for Nick Shimoleski joining us on the broadcast here on Facebook. And we thank you guys so much. Also, Kenny Michelski and Carol, they are here. Carolyn and Ed in California. And we also have Gail and Jeff Franzak.
Zosha, Zosha, Zosha kuchnię zamiatała ima Macieja zawołała Zosha kuchnię zamiatała i Macieja zawołała Zosha kuchnię zamiatała i Macieja zawołała Matka lampę zaświeciła i Macieja zobaczyła. Matka lampę zaświeciła i Macieja zobaczyła. Matka lampę zaświeciła i Macieja zobaczyła. Go! Macieju, co robicie, że tak Zosie całujecie wy, Macieju, co robicie, gdzie tak Zosie całujecie wy, Macieju, co robicie, gdzie tak Zosie całujecie. Zosia kuchnię zamiatała i Macieja zawołała. Zosia kuchnię zamiatała i Macieja zawołała. Zosia kuchnię zamiatała i Macieja zawołała. Go!
Hey, can't go wrong when you play a little bit of the late Scrubby with the Dynatones off of the Livewire recording. That, of course, is Zosha.
I had this dream that I died and went to heaven, and when St. Peter opened up the pearly gates, as I looked around heaven, the sights were so amazing, but what I heard up there was something truly, truly great. 'Cause the heavens, they were filled with polka music by the greatest polka band I've ever heard. 'Cause the great ones playing polkas up in heaven were the great ones who played polkas here on earth. Yeah, the heavens, they were filled with polka music by the greatest polka band I've ever heard. 'Cause the great ones playing the same ones who play polkas here on earth. So I asked St. Peter, I said, St. Peter, can I sit in and play a few tunes with these guys? And he just shook his head and said, no, it's still not time for you to join the rat. He said my work with polkas back on Earth's not finished, but when it is, then he'd invite me back. Then someone said, hey, Stash, before you leave us, tell our friends back home that we are doing fine. And tell them every time that they hear polka music, they should think about the band up in the sky. Then the heavens fill with sounds of polka music by the greatest polka band you've ever heard. 'Cause the stars that shine so brightly up in heaven were the stars that shine so brightly here on earth. Yeah, the heavens, they were filled with polka music by the greatest polka band I've ever heard. 'Cause the great ones playing polkas up in heaven were the same ones who play polkas here on earth.
Hey, that's the sound of the late Stash Belunda and one called Band Up in the Sky. Oh boy, we're going to send this one out to all of the folks out there in Chi-Town, Chicago, as well as, let's see, New Hampshire. We've got some people here from New Hampshire on YouTube. Who else do we have, Jerry, on YouTube that is still hanging around there? I think Ray J Yaroszynski was there.
The Sobchak, John Sobchak.
John Sobchak and Marge.
And Joe Wittek.
Joe Wittek. So they're still with us on YouTube. And of course, all you guys hanging around here on Facebook, as well as our broadcast link.
Wait a see.
.com. Here's the Dynastics.
Do szkoły gładzieli, cium, 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 to się razem bawili, cium, 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 cium. Ona w krótkiej sukience w dziecinim siku gonili się po łące, kuku. Gdy podrośli oboje, cium, 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 pracowali bez dwoje, cium, 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 cium. Maryś kwiaty zbierała, kładła w koszyku, tak Franusia wołała, kuku. Na nią się zniewał, cium, 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 cium. O wojence zaśpiewał, cium, 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 cium. Lepiej za belką chodzić, ostro przy boku. Maryś nie będzie zwodzić, kuku. A gdy trąbkę usłyszał, cium, 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 do wojska się zapisał, cium, 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 cium. Maryś smutna szła droga, ze łzami wokół. Zwodzić nie miała kogo, kuku.
making some noise right here. Polkas After Dark. That's the Dynastics that you just listened to with the Chum Charum Chum polka. You said, Jerry, that we have a very special birthday out there today. And who might that be?
Dolly turned 91. Dolly Mac.
No.
Mac.
Dolly. Well, happy birthday to you,
This
Dolly.
is coming out from Sue Ogle.
Oh,
She
that's
said,
her mom.
It is.
That's Sue's mom.
She said, could you play a song for my mom?
I think
on
we
her
can do that.
91st birthday.
91. God bless you, kiddo.
Bless your heart.
We wish you joy and happiness throughout the years, the very best.
And we also have another very special birthday, and that takes place tomorrow. Happy birthday to you, Steve Gramala.
May your life be full of good things, the best to you in every way. May the good Lord always be with you and grant your wishes each day. Today it is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. The best of health forever.
And we're going to say hello to Lindsay Franzak. We're going to send you a big wave there. Also to Barb Yahweh and Jason Flynn.
You on your birthday. Good luck and happiness. May you live to be 100. Yes, we wish you all the best. May your life be filled with joys, the best in every way. Oh, we wish you all the very best to you on your birthday. Today it is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. The best of health forever. And may all your dreams come true. We wish you on your birthday good luck and happiness. May you live to be 100. Yes, we wish you all the best. May your life be filled with joys, the best in every way. Oh, we wish you all the very best to you on your birthday.
Hey, one more for Dolly, celebrating number 91. Happy birthday to you. Here's John Stevens, one called Happy Birthday Baby. Hey, gonna say hello to Dave Dombrowski down there in Pennsylvania, and also to Martha Gretchen. Thanks for tuning us in.
Not we'll get together and spread a little cheer. We'll celebrate a day that only comes by once a year. Your family and friends will be dancing all night long. Soon we'll get together and celebration that we hope will make your dreams come true. The phone is ringing, birds are singing, it's your special day. We're gonna have some fun as the band begins to play. Happy, happy birthday, baby. May all your wishes come true. Happy, happy birthday, baby. I wrote this song just for you.
Hey, one by John Stevens, and once again for you, sweetheart, happy 91st birthday. Jerry, do you have another thing that you want to make mention about that CPA dance?
How about the CPA dance?
Why don't we mention the CPA
dance?
Yeah, and just bang your microphone. That's kind of cool. I'd raise it up a little bit if
I
if
had
I
it
were
higher,
you.
and then it goes in the picture, and then you yell at me to lower it, and then...
Oh.
Okay,
I would never yell at you. Hey, I can't wait for people to watch the beginning of this.
Oh my goodness, I am
It
so
was-
embarrassed.
No, it was funny.
It wasn't.
You know, usually, guys, if you miss the beginning of the broadcast, you got to make sure that you catch it either on Facebook or YouTube or even on our broadcast link. That's only up for a week, and then it goes away on the broadcast link, but it's there forever on Facebook and YouTube. And you know how we always say it's either 9 p.m. for a Saturday night or a 5 p.m. on a Sunday? Well, I'm not going to tell you. You've got to go ahead and listen to the beginning of the broadcast for today. It was priceless. Hey, you know what else is priceless? Go ahead and mention.
This dance coming up.
Yeah.
There is a joint dance with the CPA and the USPA on Saturday, February 26th, 2022. It is 2 hearts, 1 love, and of course, that equals polka music. Music will be done by the New Tones from PA at the Holy Spirit Party Center, 5500 West 54th Street in Parma, Ohio, 44129. Hey, they don't have hotel information here.
Well, they should, because
some people want to come
some
in.
people want to come in and stay overnight and party in the hotel room.
It's a Saturday night.
That's a Saturday, so you could definitely stay over Saturday
I'm
into
sure
Sunday.
we could look something up for them.
Yep.
The doors open at 5 p.m. Music from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Donations are only $13. 18 and under are free. No BYOB. Food and beverages available. Snacks are welcome. All CDC and health department guidelines will be followed. Thank you. It says thank you. Really nice. Thank you.
It says thank you. Hey, we want to thank Blender Bob for getting that over to us, the Vice President of the USPA. It's greatly appreciated. And Bob, anything that we can do for you guys with the USPA or the CPA, just let us know in advance, and we'll be more than happy to promote the events for you guys.
I'm sure we could hook up with Jill and find out the best hotel near that area. So hopefully by next week we'll be able to tell you where to stay when you go down there.
Or you can just stay at Jill's house. She's not that far from there. No? How about we play a song for Barb Yahweh? How about we play a song for Barb Yahweh? We can do that, sure. I'm going to move you over just a little bit because you seem to be...
I keep moving.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Hey, for Barb Yahweh in Canada, we love to see her here. She was having some audio issues, so hopefully she can hear us now and she can hear her song. Here's one called the Barbara Polka. Here's This Sounds. Hey, we're going to say hi to Les Motica and also to Mars. Hey, Chris Wano, and also to Gloria Borzowski. Sorry about that, Borzinski. I made a boo-boo. Hey, that's the Barbara Polka instrumentally, and we have time for just this one more song. Gonna close it out with Freeze Dried's rendition of After Hours at the Omen. Hey, we thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Jerry, you have anything to mention? No? Okay, good.
The fans are leaving.
Why don't you tell them what time it is, Jerry?
Pretty soon the hall is empty. It's dark and quiet too. The owner locks the door and drives away. Very confident his hall will stay that way. Why now the lights are getting brighter as the jukebox picks a polka. Chairs are pairing up to dance across the floor. The bottles start to pour. The glasses ask for more. There's gonna be a polka party all night long. The bar stools spin around and join the party. The lemons ask the limes to dance around the blender for a while. The jukebox looks around and sees the fun. He flips his record now. The fun has just begun. The juice begins to leak.
Hey, Michelle Lisinski, great to see you. Happy New Year to you, kid.
Microphones are singing.
And I'll talk to Stan maybe next week sometime.
Waving